Bitcoin and Litecoin update. Was 8,400 the top for Bitcoin? What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. We're going to take a look at the charts and see what's going on. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Thursday. I know the bears are probably salivating right now. I don't think it's as bad as people might be thinking. So we're going to take a look at the charts and take a look at what I'm seeing. Also, stick around to the end of the video. We're going to take a look at that Bitcoin daily chart versus the gold weekly chart. You won't want to miss it. That's been a great guide to what's going on here. So definitely stick around for that. Also, I want to remind you guys, leave your comments in the comment section down below. That'll get you entered to win a free t-shirt. We do the drawing on Sunday. We pick a random comment from a random video throughout the week. Pick a winner, and then you get to pick a t-shirt of your choice. Litecoin, Bitcoin, whichever you want. But yeah, definitely don't forget that. And also check out the free links in the description below the video. There's a free link to our Discord community, which is an awesome community. Everybody helps each other out. It's growing rapidly. It's a great community. Definitely check it out. Also, there's some other links. There's an ABRA link. If you deposit $100 into an ABRA account, they give you a free $25 worth of Bitcoin. There's another one for Coinbase. They give you $10 worth of Bitcoin. There's also the Ledger link down there. Make sure you get yourself a hard wallet. You don't have to get it from my link. Just make sure you do that, guys. Get your crypto off the exchanges if you're not trading it, man. Be safe. So anyways, let's get into the video and see what's going on.
1, 2, 3, jump!
All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market can be extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind this is still a speculative market. Don't put in more than you're willing to lose. With that being said, if you're new here or you haven't already, hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand side of the screen. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. Doesn't cost you a thing. Tick the notification bell. That'll get you notified when I post new videos. So you don't miss out on anything. Also, guys, smash those likes, leave your comments, let me know what you think. And yeah, let's get into the video. Share the video too if you belong to any groups. Get it out there. All right. So I moved this target down a little bit to 167, and reason being, I had the neckline at 100. I believe it makes more sense right here at the 94.70 area, $95 area. And as you can see, we're retesting that now. So I do believe it is possible we go back up from here. And I'm going to show you both scenarios, guys, the bearish and the bullish. So you don't want to miss it. But the measured move off that's going to be the 167 range. So yeah, let's look at the daily RSI and see what's going on there. As you can see, we're still in this channel where we had a kind of a bear trap over here back in the middle of April and continuing up. Let's look and see if there's any divergence here. We're not having any divergence there, except for obviously we had this bearish divergence from this lower high on the RSI and higher high on the price action. But whoops, sorry. Let's go into the 4-hour RSI and see what that's looking like. All right, so I've moved this line a little bit. We're still in this rising wedge. As you can see here, we had a falling channel, which we broke out of, came up, tested the top of this wedge. Now we're testing the bottom of this wedge. That's why I do believe, guys, it is possible we have enough room for another move up. So, and that's looking at my target for the 116 area. But we have to keep in mind, if this, let me go back here and so you can check it out. You guys are following along, definitely use these lines. But yeah, we're looking at this bottom line for support. If that doesn't hold support, obviously we're going to the bearish scenario. So in the bearish scenario, really isn't that bad, guys. If we do correct here, you know, a correction's not going to hurt us. But I think that was about it for now, and I'm going to show you why after I show you the bearish scenario. Now the bearish scenario, obviously, we come back down and test the bottom of this wedge, which I have drawn here. As you can see, I have this long-term trend line over here, which is kind of giving us support now. But anyways, let's look at the bearish scenario. I'm looking at around the, actually it'd be up a little bit higher than that. looking at around the $79 range. If we come down here, which would be the bottom of this rising broadening wedge, and if we were to break down from there, guys, the measured move off of that, we do that by measuring the wedge here and coming down to where we break down, and that would get us around the $49 range, which would also be, that would also line up with this long-term bottom trend line here. So that's the worst case scenario, guys, is the 48.88. And like I said, I don't believe that's where we're headed. I do believe we probably have this push up to the 116 area, and I'm going to show you why now. We had the measured move off of this using this as a bull flag or a flagpole, and this area here being a bull flag, and we broke up here, which gets us up to the 116 area. Also, we could do a measured move here from this as the neckline going down here, and this being a cup and a handle. And if we brought this up here, that obviously would get us a lot higher. I'm still steering towards the 116, but that would bring us up to around the 125 range. But for now, guys, I'm going to stick with the 116 for our bullish scenario. And then, like I said, around the $79 area for our bearish scenario. If you look here, I have a rising wedge drawn. Within this rising broadening wedge, I have this rising wedge here where I use this yellow line as the support, which we got support off of here. And we could be, like I said, we might be in this for quite a while till we get up to it, to our 116. But I do still believe we're going to that 116 range, guys. But do keep an eye. If we go below the $90 range, then I believe we're headed towards the $79 range. So keep that in mind, guys. And if that doesn't hold, obviously we're looking at these lower lows. I guess before then, we could be, I want to make this clear too. Let me get into price label. We're going to look at this area too, because we could get a bounce off of this $71 area, which is the top of this trend line here. But like I said, guys, I believe we're going to still move up higher. The RSI looks good unless we break, like I said, unless we break this bottom trend here. So keep an eye on that. We're going to look at Bitcoin now, see what's going on there. Same thing we've been watching. We had this measured move off this cup and handle, which got us up to the 8,200, which we hit. I took that off here to kind of clean up the screen a little bit. But yeah, we did hit our 8,200, and now what we're looking at is still this rising wedge here. Look like in the RSI here, we had a inverse head and shoulders, which looked to have played out. And let's go into the 4 hour real quick. We're still in this channel. If when we break through here will be our correction, but I don't know if that's going to happen just yet. Let's go into the 4 hour RSI real quick and take a look at what's going on with that. All right, so here's the 4 hour RSI, guys. We had this rising wedge drawn within this longer term rising channel, and now I've drawn this falling wedge here. If this holds as support, and we'll look at that in the price, then obviously we can come back up here, maybe test the bottom of this before coming back down or breaking back inside it. Let's take a look at the price action. I'm going to zoom in here and kind of show you how these lines line up in the RSI. So as you can see, this peak here, we have this drop here down to 76.40, which is right here on the RSI. Let me zoom in a little bit. And we're having some hidden bullish divergence. We're having a lower low on the RSI and a higher low on the price action. So there is a possibility, guys, that we form a sort of a triangle in here and move up. But we're going to look at the bearish scenario first. And if you guys watched my live stream yesterday, I had thought it was probably going to go up to around the 89 to 9,000 range. We had this, zoom in a little bit. We had this rising channel drawn here, which we were respecting and staying within. And obviously, if you remember last night, if you were watching the video, you know, I thought it was going to continue up, but I said definitely keep an eye on this bottom trend line and keep your stop losses if you were trading right below that bottom trend line. Every time the candle move up, you could have moved it up. Well, right here we broke down last night, and the measured move off of this breaking out of this channel is the width of this channel, measuring from here down, gets us around the 6950 to 7,000 range. So it is possible if we break below where this wick is here, right around the 7750. We break below that, guys, I definitely believe we're coming down to test this 7,000 range. And that will also be a retest of when we broke out of this rising wedge here. Let me zoom out so you can see it. But yeah, I had the rising wedge drawn in here, which we broke out of. And if we come back down, you know, it could be over in this area towards the end of May, touching the $7,000 range, which, guys, isn't a bad thing at all. It'd be a good correction. Now, if we were to break down below that, obviously the lowest low I'm still sticking with is the $4,650 to $4,700 range. I don't see us going any lower than that, guys. In all honesty, I don't see us going below 6,000 ever again. So, you know, like I said, the bears are probably salivating right now, but I don't believe it's that bad. I think this will be a healthy correction if it is. And that's if we're not doing this next push up. And I'm going to show you real quick the measured move for that. Well, I'll show you two ways I got the measured move. Sorry if I'm moving this around a lot. I had a late start this morning. So anyways, the measured move off of this, if you look at the two yellow lines, where we broke out of this wedge, this would be the measured move up to here. And that would get us up to the $9,600 range, guys. And if we zoom in here and look at this, what could possibly be a triangle, like I said, if we don't break below the 7750 range. But if we do that, then I believe we're headed towards the 7,000 range to retest the top of this wedge here. So the measured move off that, guys, is right here. We measured this as a flagpole where we broke out there and put it up to where we would break out. And that also gets us to the $9,600 area. So, guys, that's definitely still in the cards. And then after that, obviously, that I would rather see it come up to 9,600 because then our correction, I don't believe our correction will go down past this. So let's look at the gold daily chart or the Bitcoin daily chart versus the gold weekly chart and see what's going on there. If you guys been watching, you can see this is playing out beautifully. And I still stick by my 46,000 by the end of the year. I know that's a pretty bold statement, pretty bold call, but I truly believe that's what's going on, and we're headed that way. And if you've been watching my channel, you know I'm waiting on some huge news. And the reason why is right here in 2003, this is when the gold ETF was approved, guys. And you can see what happened after that. And if you look at the resemblance in these charts, I've drawn the trend lines from each peak all the way across to where it broke down. This is where gold broke down, and then obviously, you know, we shot straight up from there. As you guys know, if you've been following them, hyperwave bought back in. So apparently his hyperwave theory, like I was telling everybody forever, is bullshit. Because this would be considered a hyperwave too, and it would have got gold down to like $50. That never happened. But a nice rounded bottom in gold, and two touches on this bottom trend line. We had the same thing in Bitcoin. Whoops, sorry about that. Let's go over here. We had the same thing in Bitcoin, and I'll zoom in. I've drawn the same trend lines from each peak to where it broke down at 6,000. And I'm going to show you where I think, or why I think it's, you know, we've seen our lows, guys. Definitely seen our lows. There's no doubt in my mind about that anymore. But, yeah, as you can see, same thing, nice rounded bottom, two touches on the trend line, come up. And this is very worst case scenario for me, guys. is that we come back down and test this resistance, old resistance, become new support, 6,600. The next one down below that's around the $5,000 range. I don't believe we're going to see that, guys. I believe we're going to get a bounce from here. If we look at the gold chart compared to where we're at now, let's kind of zoom it in a little bit. Yeah, if we look at the gold chart to where we're at now compared to the Bitcoin chart, we are right around in this area. And as you can see, the correction wasn't that deep. And again, guys, this isn't going to play out exact. You know, that's it's not how it works. But the formation is eerily similar, and I believe it's going to play out the same way. Like I said, we're probably going to get some big news in the next month or two, and this thing is going to, you know, shoot up. Let's look at the RSI on this. If you haven't seen this already, guys, it's pretty interesting. Let's go into the weekly RSI first. And this is a 2013 bull market, 2017 bull market. I drew the trend line down here. We got 2 points of resistance in the bear market over here, and we broke through and never looked back. Same thing over here, guys. This was a 2017 bull market, 2018 bear market. We had 2 touches of resistance there and come up. And like I said, we could have, you know, our correction, but if you notice what happened here, we never, once we crossed up here, we came back and forth, but in the price action, that wasn't very big movement. So don't get paranoid, guys. We're not going down to no new lows. So anyways, now here's the monthly. And as you can see, this is 2013 bull market, 2017 bull market, followed by the bear market. Each one of these arrows represents a low in the RSI. We had 4 lows here before the move up. Same thing here. And I've been following this since January, guys, and it's playing out beautifully. But like I have said, this arc here for this year, I think is going to be a lot quicker. Like I said, I do still hold on to my 46,000 by the end of the year. I truly believe that. And anyways, yeah, if you enjoyed the video, click the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell. That'll get you notified when I post new videos. I post every day. Also, smash those likes. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think, guys. Thanks, and I'll see you tomorrow.